Be honest. Have you ever sat there, staring at the ceiling, wondering, what do I really want? Not what I should want, not what's expected, but what actually lights me up inside. And yet here we are, living in a world full of endless opportunities. We can choose where to go, what to do, who to be with. But somehow, it still feels like we're walking through fog, stepping carefully because we're not even sure if we're headed in the right direction. Why is that? Why do so many people spend years living a life that doesn't feel like their own? Why do they settle for jobs that drain them? Why do they stay in relationships that don't bring them joy? Why do they wake up in the morning feeling empty? I've thought about this for a long time, and I realized it's not surprising at all. This is how we're raised. From the moment we're kids, we're handed a script. Go to school, get good grades, get into a solid college, land a stable job, find the right person, be successful. And so we start walking down this road following the blueprint of what we're supposed to want. Until one day we stop and think, wait, did I even choose this? It's like getting into a cab thinking you're heading somewhere important, only to realize at the end of the ride, the destination isn't yours. And trust me, there's a reason for this. It's not just you. It's not just in your head. Who's really in control of your life? Let's break it down. When we're born, we don't have a checklist of what we should want. As kids, we just do what we love, whether it's drawing, climbing trees, or building Lego towers. It's pure joy. And then, the shoulds kick in. Parents, teachers, society, everyone tries to steer us in the right direction. Sometimes they mean well, but let's be honest. They're giving advice based on their own fears, their own experiences. They want us to play it safe, to stick to the familiar path. So, if your heart pulls you towards something different, art, travel, starting your own business, you'll hear, that's too risky. And just like that, we start chasing someone else's version of success. Good kids get good grades. A real job is a stable job. The goal in life is to settle down and start a family. Money is the most important thing, so we follow the formula. Get a degree, find a job, meet the one, buy a house, have kids. It looks like success, but one day you wake up and think, wait, is this what I actually wanted? Or did I just spend my whole life playing by someone else's rules? The fear of making the wrong choice, the ultimate roadblock. Now imagine this. You realize you want something different. Maybe you want to quit your corporate job and open your own coffee shop. Maybe you dream of moving to a new country. Maybe you're thinking about switching careers entirely. But then that voice in your head kicks in. What if I fail? What will people think? Maybe I should just stay where I am. It's safer. And so you do nothing. Because making a choice means taking responsibility. And responsibility is scary. If you make the wrong decision, there's no one else to blame. But here's the thing. Mistakes aren't just okay. They're necessary. You'll never know if something is right for you unless you try. The worst thing isn't making the wrong choice. The worst thing is never making a choice at all. So many people sit on the sidelines of their own lives, afraid to take a step because what if it's not perfect? But let me tell you something. Every decision is experience. Even if you fail, at least now you know what's not for you. And that's progress. Because now you're not lost. Now you have direction. I want stability, but I crave freedom. There's another reason why so many people struggle to figure out what they truly want. It's an internal conflict. You want a stable job, but you also dream of traveling the world. You want a committed relationship, but you're afraid of losing your independence. You crave peace, but you also chase excitement. The problem? We want it all. And we assume we have to choose between two extremes, but that's not true. Balance is possible. Want to travel? You don't have to quit your job. Maybe remote work is an option. Want a relationship? Find a partner who values the same kind of freedom you do. The key is to stop waiting for perfect conditions. They don't exist. The best time to make a decision? Right now. Lack of self-discovery. How can you want something you've never experienced? And here's another big reason why people feel lost. A lot of the time, we don't know what we want simply because we've never stopped to ask ourselves. Life moves fast. School, college, career. When do we ever take a moment to reflect? And then, when that question finally does come up, we have no idea how to answer it. It's like if you'd spent your whole life eating the same meal every day and suddenly someone tells you, pick your favorite dish from every cuisine in the world. How are you supposed to choose if you've never tried anything else? It's the same with your passions, your dreams, your purpose. How can you know what excites you if you've never given yourself the chance to explore? Information overload, the paralysis of too many choices. These days, choosing what you want is harder than ever because the world offers too many options. Want a career? Here are 100 different paths. Want to travel? Here's a list of every country in the world. Want a hobby? Here are 5,000 online courses. And instead of feeling excited, you feel stuck, overwhelmed, so you end up choosing nothing. It's like going to a restaurant with a massive menu. You spend 10 minutes flipping through options, but in the end, you just order the same thing you always do. So what's the way out? Filter. Ask yourself, what actually feels right for me? Fear of judgment. What will people think? One of the biggest obstacles we face is the fear of what others will say. I remember saying something like that to my grandmother when I was a kid. We were riding the bus and she handed me money to buy our tickets. I hesitated and said, but what if I mess up? What if I can't do it and people laugh at me? And my wise grandmother simply smiled and said, just try first. So I did, and I came back with the tickets proud and grinning. We all have these moments of doubt. What if no one supports me? What if they think I'm weird? But here's the truth. You're not living for them. At the end of your life, yes, harsh but real, you won't remember who judged you. You'll only remember whether or not you actually lived the way you wanted to. How do you figure out what you really want? Shut out the noise. What you want should come from within, not from societal pressure. Start exploring. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Try different things to see what truly resonates with you. Don't fear mistakes. They're part of the process. Failure isn't the end. It's just another step forward. Narrow down your choices. Too many options can be just as paralyzing as too few. Focus on what matters most. Ignore outside opinions. You're living your life, not someone else's. And now the real question, do you know what you want? If not, that's okay. The important thing is to start looking. Ask yourself right now, what actually excites me? And don't just think about it. Take action. Even a small step in the right direction is better than standing still, because life isn't waiting for you to figure things out. It's happening right now. You're either moving forward or you're stuck in an endless loop of, I don't know. It's time to choose.